Whether you read this book or did not, whether you just watched the movie or whether you read the book and watched the movie, this video is for you. So what would you do if you woke up on a spaceship with no memory of who you are? Personally, I wouldn't know what I would do because I can't think in a way that would be me without my memories. If I did get some memory back, then I would probably just think that I volunteered to go into space because that's like a life dream. I'll die in space, whatever. Anyways, today I am talking about Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. So I heard about this book before the movie was even announced, but I did not read it until like right before I went to watch the movie back in March. So yeah, now I'm finally doing my book review on it. So let's get into it. Also, I'm going to keep this fairly spoiler free. If I do have any spoilers, I will give warnings and you can just skip past it. So if you don't know, Project Hail Mary was published in 2021 and is a standalone science fiction novel by Andy Weir. He's the same author that wrote The Martian. And shout out to Andy Weir for just a moment. Because Andy, you are a brilliant man, and I know that you are helping to inspire a lot of younger and older generations to learn and grow. And I am one of them, so thank you. So this book is just under 500 pages and follows a middle school science teacher named Ryland Grace who wakes up aboard a spacecraft with no memory of who he is or why he's even there.
I want to know who you are.
I don't know who I am.
What am I doing here?
As his memory slowly returns to him, he realizes that he may be humanity's only hope. So, no pressure. I'm not going to go into any more detail yet, but just in case you haven't read the book or watched the movie, let me tell you what I think about it and we can see if it's a good fit for you. So I'm going to start right off the bat by saying I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Let me tell you why. The first reason is the science. I love space and the science of space, so that stuff was always interesting to me. And Andy Weir is able to break down astrophysics and math into an enjoyable and digestible format for regular folk like me. I mean, he's everything I wish I was. Funny, smart, talented. Almost every major obstacle is solved by science instead of space magic. If you're someone who has difficulty with STEM subjects, don't worry. You don't have to understand all of the science to still enjoy the book. Another reason I enjoy this book is our protagonist, Ryland Grace, is just an incredibly lovable character. He's very smart, but he's not arrogant about it. He's funny without trying too hard, and he reacts to situations the way normal people would react. And the way his memories come back slowly over time throughout the book really helps keep the mystery and suspense of it all. And if you're someone who is busy all the time or travels a lot or just can't really focus on reading pages for a long time, I would suggest also using the audiobook. So I used the audiobook along with the physical book. Just got busy with life, so yeah. And the audiobook is really fun and immersive. So if you haven't read the book or watched the movie, you may be asking, well, Aiden, if this is just filled with a bunch of science, is there any emotional core to it? Yes. When I first started, I knew nothing about this book except that they're in space. I didn't even read the blurb or anything. Yeah, it was all very exciting and new to me when I started reading. But when I did grab it, I expected science. I expected suspense. I did not expect all of the humor though, and I definitely did not expect to be punched in the gut by feelings. So, even though there is a lot of astrophysics and math, this isn't really about that. And it's not even completely about saving humanity. It's a lot to do with friendship and trust, hope, sacrifice, growing as a person. Yeah. So the emotional core of it is what gives all the science real weight. So if I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars, does that mean it doesn't have any flaws? Well, no. While I loved all the science aspect of it, some people may find the constant scientific explanations to be overwhelming. That's probably the biggest drawback, but I would say if you're struggling to understand the science and math of everything, you can just glaze over it. I mean, you don't need to understand all of what they're saying in order to enjoy the book. And if you haven't read the book, don't let all this science talk make you not want to read it, because it's definitely worth it. This is not a science textbook, okay? This is a fiction novel. Even though there is science in it, it's still very emotional and funny and has a lot of other stuff to it. Another drawback is if you are the type that likes learning the backgrounds of supporting characters, well, sorry, you may not get as much as you want. Since we are alone with our protagonist for much of the book, you don't really get to learn about the side characters back home. And with that, it is time to talk about our side slash kind of another main character. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, this is a warning to skip ahead. Thank you for watching the first portion of the video. I'm not going to be going crazy into detail, but it is enough that you could be that you will be spoiled.
Do you care for me? Interesting.
Okay, we need to talk about Rocky, because somehow Andy Weir managed to create one of the most lovable characters in modern science fiction, and he's not even human. He doesn't even have a face. Their friendship between Ryland Grace and Rocky is so pure and beautiful. I mean, my friendships are more distant than they are from their planets. Like, it's sad. It's just sad. I mean, every interaction between them felt genuine, and I just love that Rocky wasn't, the typical enemy space alien that you see in most novels. Like, Rocky was genuine and friendly and wanted to help. So it just shows that not everyone, not everything is bad. And I just love that. And Rocky and Ryland Grace, they just mashed so well together. I mean, just a perfect duo. So by the end of the book, you're not really reading to learn if the human race survives. At least I wasn't. And by the end, I was more reading of what happens to Rocky and Ryland Grace, if they're ever going to see each other again, if they go back to their own planets, if they die, whatever. So, yeah. And that ending, so the ending made me feel both happy and sad. I'm happy that Ryland is with Rocky. I'm happy that they are both alive and well, but thinking in a psychological perspective, realistically, humans need humans, right? So it's hard to say how well Ryland Grace will do psychologically being with another species. I mean, we don't have any actual research in the world to really say how that would go. It's hard to say how happy he will be in the long run, staying on this different planet with this other species, not having other humans to interact with. But he definitely has a beautiful character arc, becoming a brave hero that sacrifices everything when he didn't even choose to be in space in the first place. um, Incredible. Final thoughts. Project Hail Mary is definitely worth the hype. Like I said, 5 out of 5 for me. Andy Weir, keep it up. I love you. Comment below of what you thought of Project Hail Mary. Let me know if you read the book, if you didn't, if you watched the movie, if you did not, whatever. And if you haven't read this yet, seriously, just read it. Even if you watched the movie, I still recommend reading the book because, you know, books getting translated to movies, things change, all that. You may not get as in-depth of information as you would with a book, so definitely check it out. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. I have a lot of other different kind of videos. I will be doing a lot more book reviews, reading vlogs, and just any type of bookish discussion, as well as writing tips and tricks that are going to be coming. I'm hoping to do more videos on like literature 101, writing and grammar. I'm kind of mostly doing that for myself just to help me remember and learn. And by teaching you guys this stuff, it just helps it stick in my brain. So, yeah. Again, thank you for watching. Until next time, keep happy, keep healthy,